I'm calling Mojo Mathis.
Thank you.
Order.
I wish to address my comment to the Ministry for Social Development. So, apparently supporting vulnerable children is one of this government's priority areas. Who could disagree with that? But I find it difficult to reconcile the aim of caring for vulnerable children with the fact that over the last 5 years, more than 11,000 disabled children have lost access to the Child Disability Allowance. 11,000 children. I want to ask, how does slashing access to this vital supplementary benefit help disabled children? The answer is that it doesn't. It is penny pinching on a meanest level. The Child Disability Allowance recognises that there is significant time, care and effort involved in raising a child with a disability. It is well established that for many disabled children, significant parental time and energy is needed in their earliest years to help, amongst other things, to develop speech, language, motor coordination, and all these other skills. And there are numerous associated extra costs relating to caring for a disabled child, such as extra costs of transport to doctors, specialists, therapy, childcare, as well as the extra time. We also know that more disabled children live in poverty than the general population. And in part, this is because caring for a disabled child often means that a parent cannot obtain full-time work. And so for these families, the Child Disability Allowance is doubly important. And despite all of these facts about the need and the benefits of ensuring that these children are adequately supported, the government is so obsessed with pinching pennies that it's grumping on supporting our most vulnerable children and families. I have just this week heard from a parent whose disabled preschool child has been declined the Child Disability Allowance, despite the fact that expert medical opinion clearly states that the child needs access to significant therapy and early intervention before entering school, all of which will involve significant time and effort on behalf of by the family. And it's just one example of many that have come through my office. It is wrong that parents and families are going through so much stress just to access a simple benefit for disabled children. It is clear that the bar has been shifted for accessing the Child Disability Allowance and that bar has now been set too high. That children with very profound disabilities are no longer able to access this benefit. And the government needs to recognise that it's gone too far and that it needs to fully reinstate the Child Disability Allowance back to how it was, so that families with disabled children are not put under more pressure than they already are. And the other area where I believe the government is really getting it wrong is with the welfare reform. The needs of disabled children need to prevail ahead of parent job seeking and work preparation obligations, especially in sole parent households. The obsession with the welfare reform programme is ignoring some inconvenient truths around the care for disabled children. Many early childhood education centres are simply not set up to provide for the needs of disabled children, and leaving many parents in an impossible situation where either they can't get their child into an early childhood education centre, or their child will have substandard care, or they risk losing the sole parent benefit. That is an impossible situation that far too many families are finding themselves in. Thank you.
The Honourable Hikia Parat.